strangers come together now. Remember, you may be a visitor, but never a stranger. A stranger.
Back at it again, raw taste.
Right, raw.
Good times and laughs, we're bringing it to you. Super fans and haters come together now. Remember, you may be a visitor, but never a stranger. Rawhide Media, presenting the information, so we can have a conversation. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Raw tools are everywhere. Carry the way. The characters you love, the stories unfold. From laughter to tears, watch it all unfold. Through ups and downs, we'll stick by your side. Raw tunes, the world is alright. Tunes, the world is alright.
Welcome to Rawhide Media for you. Remember, you may be a visitor, but never a stranger. Over here at Rawhide Media. So, man, how we doing today, man? Look like I got Alpha Rue in the house. What's going on, Alpha, and whoever else may show up, man. But anyway, we're just gonna take up a little bit of you all's time today. Y'all know, hey, Thursday, primetime Thursday, whatever you want to call it. This is gonna be the day that we talk about those Colorado Buffaloes football team. And hopefully be able to continue doing this thing even in the future, right? I think y'all heard me say, I think on the last show, we discussed them. I think this is a pivotal year. I don't really know what the future's gonna hold. We just hope that Prime, he can kind of get it in gear, man, and kind of line this football team out and have some type of success, So, but anyway, man, what we talking about today? Hey, as you saw in the title, Colorado's 2026 schedule. Can Coach Prime turn a 3-9 team into a bowl contender? Y'all know how I feel, man. It's extremely hard to win 3 ball games, man. That's hard. But they did it, which I find to be surprising. I think last season they had an opportunity to win a few more. I guess anybody could have that argument for any team that they follow. But, I felt like there was plenty of opportunities on last year to that there should have been some victories that they kind of let slip through their hands. But we're going to see what they're going to do this time. They got a new offensive coordinator. He's in. They got a new DC. They basically got a new coaching staff. And to most, that's a good thing. To some, it's question marks, right? You don't know how this thing gonna mesh together. I think they got over 60 transfers, but that's nothing new for Colorado. That's what they do all the time. And we're gonna see what it turns into, man. I dropped the link, guys. Again, we ain't gonna be long, so you guys know what to say on the subject matter. Make sure you come up, holler at me. But without further ado, I mean, we can jump right into the schedule, right? First and foremost, we got coming in. I don't know if you all can see that. What's going on, Cliff? What's up, GOAT, man? What's up, JB, man? How y'all doing? But pulling up the schedule, man, they got on September the 3rd, that's on a Thursday night. They're playing Georgia Tech, which I think is a critical and crucial game. They're playing in Georgia Tech on September the 12th. I'll read them out. I don't know if y'all can see it on your phones. September 12th, they got Weber State at home. September 19th, they got Northwestern away. I guess I need to go ahead and put the label on it too. I said Georgia Tech is a critical game, early road test. I think that's a must win. Weber State, obviously, right? They should win that game. Northwestern, swing game. Even though Lawrence gave us some information, on Northwestern, and they may not be as bad as I thought. Baylor, swing game, coming in with Texas Tech at home, which is a home showdown. What's happening, Cliff? What's
going on, Raw?
Can't call it. October 17th, they got Utah at home. October 24th, we got Oklahoma State, which is a swing game. October 31st, Kansas State, it's a swing game. Arizona State on November 7th, swing game. November 13th, they got Houston, that's at home. On Friday, on November 21st, got Cincinnati, which is a swing game, and UCF on November 28th at home, right? Which I think, well, we'll get into it. But before I go down the path too much, I know, Cliff, I saw y'all in Discord. I ain't going to be on this very too long. Man, y'all just pause in Colorado real quick. I think the judge or something come out with the fact that guys in the NFL can play in college football now or may have the ability to. Is that right, Cliff?
Yeah. If you have eligibility, if you get cut, you're allowed to possibly go back.
Well, I'll just say this, man, because I don't want to be on it too long. Look, my thing is I don't have a really big problem with it. When the overseas guys play professional basketball overseas and they come over here and play college basketball, I don't hear anybody complain. So, I guess that's really all I got to say on it. I saw kind of how you touched on it. You know what I'm saying? You want to elaborate on it or anything?
Yeah, I just feel like once you make that decision to start as a professional and it don't go the way you want it to go, you got other options as a professional to play the professional sport. You know what I'm saying? You can only have so many players on a college roster. So somebody might get cut. You might be cutting a coach might have to cut a walk-on or something like that to make room for this person that's played in one preseason game, went through all this training camp and everything to put him on a roster. And that's my only thing. NCAA, hey, they doing what they got to do. If they want to open up the floodgates, it's cool. I made one comment about money, and then people talking about that's the way it's always been. Athletes ain't always made this type of money. So, Raw, we're not going to stay on it long. I thought Alpha would have been up here because, hey, no lie, I would take advantage of that too. Why would I go to the practice squad and make $650,000 and I can actually go back to school and make a couple of million? It's about the money. It ain't more about the love of the game. So that's just my thought on it. You got some people that do love the game, but I think more is geared to, the money aspect, which that's what we've made it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't hear anybody complaining when the overseas dudes play professional and come play college basketball. It's kind of like a double standard to me, but I'll just say this point of it. I feel like we like to criticize the NCAA and how they operation works. This ain't the NCAA. This is court. All right. So it's really not the NCAA's fault. It's the judges and the laws, right? So it is what it is. And look, I don't want to be an NCAA apologist. But y'all have always heard me say, I talked about this college football, I don't know if it's a college sports game, period. But, just looking at college football, I've always, y'all have always heard me say, this stuff wasn't built for what it is today. It just never was built that way. It just never was. So that's really why you know what I'm saying, that they having so many issues, right? It's I can't even think of the word for it. Basically, it's illegal to stop people from being able to make money. You can't do that, and that's really what a lot of all this stem from. It's really ain't the NCAA fault. It's just the law's fault. Just the problem is nobody took them to task back in the day. If they had took them to task back in '74, then maybe they've been through all this right now. But nobody took them to task, and that's just what it is, So I think it's just more of that. So it's hard for me. I don't really blame the NCAA on this. It's just what the laws are, right?
Yeah, it's the lawmakers. It's the society we in now is all inclusion.
Well, I don't know if it's saying that.
I mean, hey, in life it's all inclusion, and then it's the majority. If you mess up, you can have a do over. You can get a mulligan, but that ain't life. Life don't always give you mulligans. You make a decision. You gotta live with it.
I don't think that's what I don't think that the judge is saying. I don't think the judge is giving mulligans. I just think what it is, though, how the country is and the laws that are in place, basically how they was doing college sports was essentially illegal. It ain't, it's not about that. All these years that we grew up watching college sports, just how they handled it and managed it was illegal. And now they just taking the restrictions off because what they were doing was illegal. So it's hard for me to blame. It's hard for me to blame the NCAA on that. And too, another, something to touch on too, when y'all hear me say, it just really never was built that way. It's because universities are independent. They're all independent. So you're a Notre Dame fan. You know it firsthand. Ohio State can't tell Notre Dame what to do.
Right. It should all be, professionalized. There shouldn't be no amateur status to it.
Well, then but I don't want to go too far down this path. But the problem, you cannot do that. You can't do that because they're not in a situation where I'm just saying the same thing over again. They're not in a situation where you can do that. They're all independent entities, right? They're each university is their own thing. So it's hard for you to tell. You can't. That's why I said you can't tell. Miami can't tell Stanford what to do. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Antitrust. There you go. Right. This all comes from the fact that NCAA was breaking antitrust laws. It ain't really about nothing else other than that. For instance, when old boy Ohio State running back, and I think Mike Williams, wide receiver out of USC, challenged them, saying it was illegal for them to keep them out the NFL because they hadn't played 3 years. Right? They took them to court. The first judge said, cool, but they got it overturned. But it was overturned from the fact that the NFL, once it's since that's a business and it was collectively bargained, then that rule stays. See, NCAA is not like that. That ain't what it is. NCAA, and I think we watch football and we look at it and we try to put college football through the lens of the NFL. That's not what it is. It's just a whole lot of independent YouTubers that's getting paid by YouTube. But one YouTube dude can't tell Rawhide what to do, and the other YouTube dude, I can't tell another YouTube what to do. YouTuber what to do. That's just, it's more of that than it is NFL like. So
I think that's why they put that label on it, amateurs. It's when you in college, you're still an amateur. It's an amateur sport that you're playing. Now, the NFL is, they say, professional. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying from your point of view, Raw. That they shouldn't have never. I mean, if people would have fought it, they could have fought that ruling. We're not amateurs. You're making money. Can we get a piece of the pie? Our jerseys are being sold.
Well, I don't. They didn't even change. See, I think that's another. I don't even think they changed it because of that. They changed it because you can't tell an individual that he can't make money. That was the problem. So it's like, okay, let's say you work for IBM, Cliff. Unless it's in your contract, IBM can't tell you you can't get on YouTube.
Right, and that brings me back to the amateur status. As an amateur for college sports, that was the word used for you not to be able to make money. You were an amateur that was going to school to get an education. Now, yes, you're an athlete and you're getting paid to be an athlete, but we're using it towards your education. That's what I'm saying. Now it's different with the NIL. They're actually getting paid. They're actually getting checks.
Whoa. Yeah, but they're by definition, they're not getting paid to play. They're getting paid for their image and likeness. Right, so technically, they're not getting paid. They're not getting paid because they play football. You understand what I'm saying? That's how they got around it.
I hear you right.
Paying them a check every single week. Everybody on the team was getting paid a check every single week. But then by definition, you are a professional football player because you get paid to play football. Right now, they are professional reality stars. They're getting paid for their likeness.
Right. That was just the wording we use. We all smarter than that, dog.
I mean, know. I'm just saying they got around it. They got around it. They stick with it. Yeah, that's why colleges like directly, colleges like Colorado can't send a check to a kid from the University of Colorado, because that's a payment. That's a payment. Right. Yeah. And you got to get that stuff clear with the state, because you're in the state budget now. If Colorado starts paying players directly, that's part of your budget that the state gave you.
Right. And it's public information.
Correct.
Okay, so this is one question that we debated about. I don't want to go too far in it. So the name, image, and likeness that they're getting paid for, is that money taxed?
Yeah. Yes. Anytime you get paid, it's taxed. Yeah, absolutely.
Is it taxed the same way?
Yes, taxes income. Absolutely.
Like everybody. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That was the only. Yeah, that's the only question that what I'm saying. I really.
Yeah, this ain't no life insurance. It ain't like you getting life insurance.
Yeah, it ain't that. But and I think people. What happens is people get confused on that, and they're like, these schools paying them. Schools ain't paying them nothing. They don't pay them anything.
Right.
So and that's why I always say I don't know why people get so mad about it, because I'm like, your university ain't even paying them anyway. So why you care? I just don't understand why people care so much.
No, they can't. They can't open that can of worms. They can't do that.
Yeah, y'all have always heard me say, if I was the president of the university, I would never want that law to change. Ever.
Yeah.
It don't make any sense. Why would you put that? Why would I want to obtain that responsibility?
Yeah. You got benefits. You got benefits. You got retirement. There's a lot of shit that come with that. There's a lot of stuff that come with that.
Hey, Really Fly, what's up? What you got?
Listen, I don't know what the topic is. All right, I've been busy. I can't lie. So I'm going to be that annoying person that's not paying attention, that has no idea what's going on, because that is very annoying. But I just wanted to click the button to see if it was real, to see if you were actually live, if this was like a real thing, or if I was being lied to. So yeah, that's it. I just wanted to make sure, because I felt like this is like the third time this week I saw your little avatar red on my end. So I just wanted to confirm that this was real. Is this live? Can everybody hear me? I'm just trying to.
They can hear you. And I honestly, I feel blessed by your presence. So I appreciate you coming up just to hear your voice.
Please don't let her go until you go through the schedule with her, because I'd like to hear everybody's idea of each game.
Okay.
So wait, are we like? Is this a dream? Are we like back, or is this kind of like a tease? Like, where are we at?
I'm back. Really, I'm back.
Okay.
Look. You know what I'm saying? Look, your president put me through it, so I had to go out there and actually earn money. So, I got caught up. All right, I got caught up. So.
Yeah.
Listen,
everybody liked him at first until they realized. Never mind. Anyways.
I tell you. So anyway, so I had to go out there and scrape my knuckles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I scrape my knuckles.
I'm joining on my phone. I'm driving home. Who's on? I think I heard Alfarou's voice.
Yeah, you got Alpha and Cliff. Cliff.
And Cliff. Sup, Cliff?
What's up, really?
Nothing. Yeah. I just thought, I don't know. I just wanted to double check. I wasn't sure who this person was that I subscribed to. So I was just trying to see, what was happening exactly.
Well, look, I'm back. I'm back in full effect. Now, I ain't back like I used to be. I'm sorry. I can't give y'all 3 hours no more. I got to cut that off. But
did somebody make you cut that off? Or did you decide that?
I decided that. Because I had to talk to you on the sidebar for that. But anyway, I didn't that.
Okay. So we still can have sidebar conversation. Like I'm just not sure who you are, so that I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to level set. Like
don't do that.
What this is,
Don't do that. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. But so anyway, I'm glad you're up here. Before you go, when you come up here, I feel like I gotta get everything off before you leave. So I know you watched the last show. Give me your UT. What you disagree with me on the UT thing? Come on, really? Don't do that. Don't do me like that, really. Oh my God, she gonna do me like that. Not that I don't hear you move. That's crazy. That's crazy. You see what you did, Cliff?
I hear crickets.
Okay. She said really she got back home. She got back home. So anyway, I got y'all to stay since you got back home. Just come back when you're ready. But anyway, Cliff. So anyway, let's jump into this. Let's jump into this.
Schedule.
Let's jump into this. I'm back, Nicole. I am back. Yes, I am back. So right now we got Colorado. You know what I'm saying? We say, can Coach Prime turn it around from the 3-9 bowl season? What's your original thoughts on that, Cliff? You think you can? You think you turn it around?
Like I said, I won't know anything to the first game, and then it's like the first game is a little skeptical because he's going to have to put some of his focus to a personal problem during that first week of the game. Mm-hmm. I don't know how much it's going to affect him or the team. So to be honest, I'm going to have to look at week 2 when everything is kind of normal and see, how they look and how they really play. I'm hoping for at least 6-6. Okay. I would like to see him go through a bowl game.
All right. Well, what I'll do is I'll just go through each game real quick. And I'll just say, let me just say this about Georgia Tech. Originally, I thought that was a loss. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'll let y'all know. I thought the Georgia Tech game was a loss. So y'all know I've been having to go through I basically had to do a college football IV and trying to get all this information in. So I thought that was a loss originally, but looking at Georgia Tech now, they also changed their OC and DC, I do believe. They got a different quarterback in. I think they got Mendoza's brother.
Yeah.
They got him coming back. It would seem that I think they're returning what 58%. No, 58% of returning production from 2026.
Okay.
They lost. Man, they lost a lot. They lost a lot. So now they did pick up Hayes out of Michigan, running back. I don't think that's special. The only reason why I'm really mentioning his name is he was on my fantasy team last year, and he was okay. But looks like they got a couple backs that they can kind of depend on. So I went from thinking they're going to lose this game to thinking it closer to, I guess if I had a prediction thing like ESPN have, I would be more inclined to go 50-50 with Georgia Tech. Toss up, right? I don't know. You know, when I read things on their quarterback is a guy that when you start speaking about intangibles about a player, then that tells me that I don't know if he's that good. You know, for example, if y'all don't know what I mean, like, oh, he's a high IQ guy. He's a cerebral quarterback. I'm like, all right, bro, that ain't nothing tangible. You trying to find something good to say about him. So usually when I see stuff like that, that kind of scares me off from a player. But the question is, can Colorado stop the run? You know, that's the question. Can they stop the run? And I don't know. I don't know.
Because we know that's what Georgia Tech is gonna do.
They're gonna run the ball with them backs. You're right.
Yeah.
And Mendoza can pull it a little bit. His name is Alberto Mendoza, if y'all don't know that. And yes, guys, their name is what they are. So I know it looks different, but yeah, they are that. But anyway, so yeah.
What you say, they are that.
Anyway, so he got something in the way he can use his legs. So he can use his legs. So no, he don't play soccer. No, he doesn't. He plays American football. But so yeah, man, I think I actually my Colorado deal went up with the Georgia Tech after looking into it, then going down. So I got to give them. I'm going to call that a toss-up game.
Okay.
As of today, I don't know what Colorado going to do. I've talked to some people. I've heard that they're actually going to try to run a 4-3 defense. I can see how that will work with Georgia Tech. Word on the street is Georgia Tech going to play a lot of 12 and 13 personnel, probably more 12 and 13.
Right.
And if you all are not aware of that, go check out the Rams last year. I think they were the team that played the most. Oh, that's the Los Angeles Rams. That's the team that played the most tight end
12
sets.
personnel, yeah.
Well, they played 13. They played three tight ends
13,
than anybody in the league last year. But I'm just giving y'all something that you can go find and watch and see how that looks. So, but if you're gonna play two tights, or they playing three tights, I get it, right? The 4-3 that base defense can work. I still push back on the fact that that's what they're going to really do overall. Like I don't think they're gonna run. I put it like this: at the end of the season, if you're gonna count snaps being in 4-3, or you're gonna count snaps being in nickel, I think 4-3 would probably be the lowest of that base defense. Trucking, you back? All right, what's up, Trucking? How you doing?
I'm all right, fellas. How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing?
I'm all right.
Who's up here with you?
Fellas and ladies.
For sure.
Oh, and ladies. I thought fellas went both ways. It don't go both ways.
Listen.
What's up?
Wait a minute, Rob.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you south of Mason Dixon, so I do apologize, ma'am. And you're right. You are right about that. You are right. It don't go both ways. So, ladies and gentlemen, so that's what we got up here, Truck. We got Really Flaw, we got Cliff, and you and yourself. I know you've been doing a lot of Colorado content. So what's up, man? We talking about Georgia Tech. What you think?
I think Colorado got that game. I think I give it slightly to Colorado. I think it's going to be a close one though, bro. I don't think you're too far off from what you're thinking. From what I've heard, because I just came in, but I think I give it slightly to Colorado. You know, they got new coordinators over there. They've also brought in some new talent. So I think that when it's all said and done, and then when as far as the run game with Colorado, I like the way the linebackers are looking. Like I told you before, there's some questions on the defensive line, particularly at the defensive tackle position, nose tackle. So I don't know who's going to solidify that position just yet. And by that being the reason, you know, that has a lot to do with the run game. You know, getting a guy that's in there that's able to, you know, close down the A gap. And I don't know if Colorado got a guy who's actually solidified at doing that right now. But the linebacker play is most definitely there. So I think that could help with the run. The offense, I think, is going to be explosive. I don't know if Georgia Tech will be able to keep up with that, although they do have two linebackers that are returning on their defense. So they'll be there. But I slightly give it to Colorado. I think it's going to be a close one, but I give it to Colorado.
I got you. I'm sorry, Really Flaw. I saw you unmute. What you about to say?
No, I was just asking what the question was. Sounds like it's game one.
Game one, yeah, Georgia Tech. You got any thoughts on that? You ain't got to give it away if you're gonna do a show on
it. No, I kind of already put this out there, but I feel like games like this, it matters about your system and what you already have in place. And because it's game one, nobody really knows. So usually what happens, everybody goes back to their default of what they do know. And if we're looking at it that way, Georgia Tech's system, there's no questions. We know what it is. We know what they can do. We know what their bread and butter is. And if Colorado can't stop the run, or the fact that we don't know if they're going to be able to stop the run tells me everything I need to know. Because when I'm looking at Georgia Tech, my concerns with them is, are y'all going to be able to run the football? Well, anybody can run the football. Like, not anybody can run the football, but you know what I mean? Like, that's their bread and butter. I don't question if they're going to be able to do it. That's what they do. Versus Colorado, I'm like, okay, can we tackle? Are we going to be able? There's just a lot of question marks. So if I had to pick a team, I would definitely pick Georgia Tech just because I know what they have. But, maybe Colorado will come out and surprise me.
Yeah. I think I do believe, outside of the logistics of moving, of traveling, and going somewhere else to play a football game or any event. Outside of that, I feel like it's going to be a home game for Colorado. I think that the stands will be pro Colorado in Atlanta, Georgia. So I don't think Georgia. I know it's crazy to say maybe, but I don't think that as far as fanfare and all that. Now, what does that matter to the game? Probably nothing. But I don't think it's going to be a hostile environment at all for Colorado playing at Georgia Tech. But that being said, I think it's a critical game. I do believe it's a critical game. I think it's probably one of the more important games of the season. As a matter of fact, not to move too far ahead too fast. I think the first 4 games of the season is the season. And I'll keep it moving. Weber State, I'm not going to talk about that. Obviously, we all think they're going to win. Northwestern. Now, that's the game that our friend Lawrence put me on. I didn't even know that they picked up Chip Kelly as the OC.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
And the way Lawrence spoke on him, it sounds like that. See, I had that as a gimme game. That was the gimme game. I was like, well, they'll beat Northwestern. But now it's like it's up in the air, which, as you can see here, I have a swing game. It sounds like it still may be a swing game. I'm interested in here. Cliff, okay, go ahead, Cliff. What do you think about Northwestern? What you think?
Um, I I give a slight edge to Northwestern.
Really?
Yeah, just a slight edge. Um, just knowing what they want to do and what they're gonna do. Um, I know they're returning quite a few people. Um, but yeah, to me, it's gonna come down to I'm wondering, and I want to see this, and I really do hope that they do bring this, the toughness of Colorado, and I mean defensively. That's really what I want to see. If they really bring that toughness,
Mm.
because that's what
Oh, my bad.
that's what Northwestern is going to bring offensively. They're not going to be a finesse team.
So you telling me all these article writers that go to Northwestern is tough?
The article writers.
My bad.
I believe since Dave Braun, he's funny for that, Raw. I believe since David Braun got there, the head coach that's there now at Northwestern. Since he's gotten there, he changed the identity of that program. You know, the first year he got there, you remember they went 7-5, and they played really physical football. I think last year was like a little bit of a downslope for Northwestern as far as them trying to get the pieces they need in there. He went and got Aiden Chalez from Michigan State at the quarterback position. Having Chip Kelly there, you know, Aiden Chalez in our RPO system, that made work for him. We had trouble with Colorado has had trouble with running quarterbacks in the past. So right now, you know, I guess it's safe to say kind of what you were talking about, really, like if we can't stop the run, then that game could give us trouble because Northwestern is going to play a physical football game. You know, one of their offensive linemen, can't remember where he got drafted at. It was I remember Cliff mentioned him earlier last year, but I can't remember exactly where he got drafted. I think it was like third round or something like that.
Yeah, he went third round.
But he's a tough, you know what I mean? He building something over there tough. Getting Chip Kelly in there to help with that offense is going to give us problems. If you ask me, I think that's the real test for Colorado. So you said Georgia Tech, but I think it's going to be that low tier Big Ten team in Northwestern because don't sleep on Northwestern. They come out and they rumble every week in the Big Ten with them top dogs. Like you got to come to play them. But I still give that. I would say I could say that's a toss up. I wouldn't be mad if y'all said that's a toss up, but I gave that to Colorado though.
You gave him, yeah, okay, all right. Then. I ain't gonna be mad at you about that. I ain't gonna be mad at all. I mean, it's just something to say. But I'm saying
I wouldn't be mad if you said it's a toss up.
Yeah, no. I think it's a swing game at this point. Really, Flaw, you got any thoughts on Northwestern?
I think schools like Northwestern being in the Big Ten, their advantage is going to be the competition they're used to playing. They have seen way more difficult things than when Colorado rolls into town, just because they play. Last year, they had Michigan, they had Nebraska, they had USC, they had an Illinois team that, depending on what you think, they had a lot of talent, older talent last year. So for me, I think that sometimes these games come down to what have you seen and what can you adjust to based on what you've seen previously. So, I mean, I'll go toss up just because I will, but they play everybody close. They always have an offensive line that's physical, which is, again, another concern. But all of this, to me, comes down to if Colorado can stop the run, I'm comfortable picking them. And can I just say, when I say stop the run, my Texas Longhorns, like I need y'all to hold people under like 100 yards, 125 yards. For Colorado, I'm like, can we like get some stops, right? Like, so I just want everybody to understand, like, I'm not saying they need to go out there and be like, you know, top 17 defense in all of college football. They do need to be like top 75, top 60. Like I'm not. Yeah. So, but if they can't even do that, then I don't know who they're going to be. So if let's say they can do that, then yeah, they have a chance. That defense is going to matter because at the end of the day, sorry, I'm on a rant. At the end of the day, if you cannot stop the run, that means the clock bleeds out. And if you can't like get the ball back, it doesn't matter what your offense can do because your defense is the one giving up all the points. You don't even have time. And then we've seen Coach Prime in those tight games. Then he starts going for it on fourth down. Then weird things start to happen because now you're feeling pressured and rushed. And that's always my thing. That's why you have to stop the run. It's not just like stop the run. It's like it's an intentional reason of why stopping the run means that you can't control a damn thing. And so that's my whole thing. If they can't stop the run, none of this really matters, honestly.
Oh my God. If they can't stop the run, they're going to get dog walked by a lot of teams. And Rawhide, why'd you say that? Because if Brendan Marion thinking he's going to run 80 plays a game, that means he's going fast. He's going to be doing a lot of punting. And typically teams like that, they can't stop the run, they get dog walked. Because what happens is that the other team scores, drain a lot of clock, you out there, there's a lot of 3 and outs. A whole lot of 3 and outs. Now, I don't want to argue about it. Okay. I'm not talking to you all when I talk about argue about it. I'm just talking about the people who are out there that's listening. I'm not arguing with you about that because I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen these fast-paced offense. They get dog walked. Why? Because they're trying to get these plays off extremely fast. Next thing you know, the defense back on the field. They never get any rest, and they get dog walked. I have seen it more times than I've seen it be successful.
Yeah.
So, which
I don't. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Trucker. What you got?
Finish cooking, man. Finish cooking.
No, I ain't cooking. I ain't doing nothing. I'm just telling. I'm just saying that if you're gonna run,
I feel where y'all.
Okay, what I'm saying is this: if you tell, oh, my bad. Go ahead. Go ahead. Well, I'm a host. Y'all ain't here to listen to me. Listen to y'all. What you got?
Finish, brother.
Okay, so that being said, fast offenses typically have bad, not all, it's not 100%, but what I've found, fast offenses typically have bad defenses. Because they typically play a lot and they're always on the field. It just don't really work. So, hey, do me a favor. Ask Chip Kelly when he was coaching at Oregon and he actually had to play somebody that was good. If you don't believe me. But so if you can't stop the run, it's going to look god awful if they continue to kind of play fast and up tempo. Now go ahead, Truck, what you about to say?
I'm a lot more optimistic than what a lot of you are, and I don't blame y'all for being that way because we've seen Colorado in the past shit the bed, right?
Hey, stop! Wait, hold on, Truck. Stop! Time out. I don't mean to cut you out. Well, I guess I do. Let me just say this: the point that I made was not a Colorado point. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like no. What I just said was not about Colorado. You get what I'm saying?
Football, yeah.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
College football, because you got to be able to stop the run in college football.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah. I think what CU has went out and done and getting I can't pronounce his last name. Y'all help me from Texas. The linebacker from Texas. I can't pronounce it. What is it? Lefu? I try to pronounce it, but Tyler Martinez and Gideon going out and get them top 3 tacklers in the NCAA. I think they're trying to, make up for those stopping the run concerns, getting the defensive lineman that he brought in, Balsama, getting Santana Hopper, and those guys. That's obviously what his focus is on, is stopping the run and being able to stop the run. Now we still got to wait and see if that's going to be done or not. But getting the players in there, I think he got them players. And you're right, though. In college football, if you can't stop the run, man, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be in trouble. That's any team.
Yeah, especially when you play fast. Especially. Yeah.
And especially when you're on the road, because that's a killer.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. JB, come on, bro. I don't know what's wrong, bro. It's just you come in, you leave out.
Can I also just say, like, now, okay, when I look at this, I know that everybody, like LaFau was here talking about from Texas. I want the linebackers to be able to finish and do what they're supposed to do, but it's the gap integrity that Colorado has struggled with. And that's defensive line play because I guess what I'm trying to say is if you tell me their linebackers are exceptional, but their defensive line still doesn't understand gap integrity, then that's still 5 to 6 yards of run play. That's still not good enough. So that's why for me, it's like I need to see that our defensive line is not going to be pushed around, that they understand, you know what I'm saying? Like how to set the edge. Like, so that's why for me, that's what I need to see. I don't care. I don't care who's out there. I don't care if you tell me Rawhide's out there, but if Rawhide knows how to be in how to read his gaps and have gap control and to set the edge, okay, we're cooking. So that's why for me, I'm just like, that's what I need to see. And that's why to me, if they lose to Georgia Tech, I don't think the season is over. If they lose to Georgia Tech, but it looks like, oh my God, okay, we're moving in the right direction. Okay, then I have no problem being like, they're going to beat Northwestern because it looked like it was supposed to look. That's always my big thing that I feel like people lose context of when I say stuff. It's like, I'm looking at the defensive line. Do they know what they're doing? That's all I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
that's
I think
it. Like,
Santana Hopper absolutely knows what he's doing. I think he's proven that though. Really flawed. I think Santana Hopper has shown in the American Athletic Conference with Tulane last year that he has gap integrity and he knows he can stop the run. He was one of the best defensive linemen in the American Athletic. Now, granted, it's in the American Athletic Conference. He did it at Tulane, but he was one of the best doing it. You know, and I think that's what they went out and they just didn't go out and grab guys and just say, oh, I want this guy because he's a big body, because he's a 6'3", 250-pound guy. Out and grab guys who were actually good at what they were doing and proven production on the field. And that's the slight difference of what we've seen them do in the past and what they're doing now.
Did you say the difference was again? What you said the difference was?
Guys can ball.
No, what you say the difference was
Went
again?
out
Say that
and
one
got
more time.
guys. You want me to repeat that again? So the difference.
No, not all.
is,
No. Just you said no. You said something about a difference. I'm sorry. You said something about a difference. I didn't hear it. I just didn't hear it.
Yeah. Okay. The difference is he's went out and got guys who are productive rather than going out.
I got you.
Guys
I got
with
you.
big bodies.
Got you.
That's the difference between.
I got you, Shrug. I just didn't hear you. My bad. I just didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. So I feel y'all. I kind of looked into who they got and all that. I don't think that's the problem. I don't think Colorado is anyway. I don't want to turn it into that. I'm just trying to figure out or what you all think, or the viewing public, what they think about the schedule and what they think they can win. But moving on. So it sounds like to
win off fandom alone.
Yeah, I'm kind of trying to stay away from that though. You know what I mean?
I'm giving him a win off fandom. Go fandom.
But it sounds like Trucking got Northwestern. Sounds like it's a.
No, I don't got Northwestern.
No. Sounds like you got them beating Northwestern. Oh, you don't have them beating Northwestern?
Yeah, that part.
Okay, yeah. So you think they're gonna beat Northwestern? I think we got coin flips. I don't think anybody disagrees with that. So coin flips on that. Baylor. I don't want to say Baylor. I think that's another coin flip game. If I was okay, really, there may be some fandom in me on that, calling it a coin flip game. I hear a lot of people saying Baylor though, so I may fall into the category of fandom. Cliff, Trucking, what y'all think about Baylor?
You fall into the category of Baylor?
I think it's a coin flip game.
I don't think Baylor's I mean, they've lost some players. Michael Trigg lost some good. I know they got a returning back. I know they got a couple guys returning. But I looked at Baylor. They run like more of a passing team. I think Baylor like to pass it and getting DJ Lagway. I think they're gonna try to pass it. I think that plays into the strength of Colorado. I don't think you want to try to drop back and pass. if you're gonna line up and beat them, I think it's got to be like how y'all said it. It's got to be a physical run football game. You know what I mean? You got to be able to stop the run, or you got to be able to run the ball effectively in college football. And I don't think they're gonna be able to do it that well this year. I gotta wait and see with everything, but especially with Baylor though this year, because they lost a couple of key players. You know what I mean? Sawyer Robinson wasn't no slight, and I mean DJ Lagway let me down last year. He got to prove me something, because I was big on DJ Lagway, and he just did not show up last year. So, but what's crazy though, I got Baylor getting Colorado though.
Okay, that's cool.
I think that's
I don't want to pin you down, Trucker, and that's not what I'm trying to do. But I just want to say, when I hear some people say, now correct me if I'm wrong, when I hear people say, man, well, you know, Baylor lost some things, I'm like, they ain't lose one Colorado lost.
Colorado lose everything all year long.
Right. So I guess that's my point. Like, I'm like, how can that be a negative on one side and not on the other?
I think that's a big thing too. I mean, I don't not look at that and say that that's not a factor, but you know what I'm saying? I also look at that and say with Baylor though, I mean, has DJ Lagway played well enough to be confident?
I mean, has Juju played well?
We seen him play.
I know, but has Juju played well?
Games, but no. He hasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm. Again, I'm not trying to put you in the corner. What I'm trying to say is that I guess what I say is that I typically go away from washes, meaning that I'm not the type of person to say, man, have y'all seen how hard they've been working in practice? I'm like, every fan says that to every team. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, practice is practice. I mean, we ain't really going.
No. Don't get hung up on the practice. No, don't get hung up on that. No, don't get hung up on that. This statement. That's just an example. I'm just saying, if a positive for one can also be a positive for the other, I call that a wash. So I don't really make much separation in that. You follow what I'm saying? Like,
I feel you on that, but I'm a
you feel what I'm saying?
You know what I mean, I'm gonna be like, yeah, you got like I didn't take. I'm a fan, so I'm gonna be like, fuck that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm rolling with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't played well last year. I'm a fan of the CU. You know what I'm saying? I think, you know what I mean? And I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest with it. Hey, I'm being honest with it. You know, I ain't up here to front. You know what I mean? I'm keeping it 100. You know, fan of the squad, and
so it really ain't nothing really tangible. It's just that what we hope and pray. You know, hope is a strategy, right? Hope is a strategy.
I mean, it has to be.
Yeah, it's kind of that way.
And the thing is, too, like it's okay, right? Like it. Yeah, it's. Can you hear me?
Yeah. No. You're right.
Oh, I guess so. So for me, when I look at Baylor, they were bad last year. They were bad. And I know everyone would be like, well, so was Colorado. What Baylor did in the offseason is interesting to me because they went and got the DC from Kansas State, I believe, who has managed to beat Colorado, 2 years in a row? They also 2 years, 3 years in a row. I don't really know. 2 years. They also went and loaded up that defense with a lot of older guys. So there's a lot of like 5-year seniors and different types of guys on that defense. That is interesting to me. And then pairing DJ Lagway with Draylon Miller, because I believe that's where Draylon went. So that also adds like, I don't know what Baylor's going to do. I don't trust the coach that much because every 1 year he's really good and the next year he's not good. I don't know what that means. It's very similar to what I'm seeing come out of Colorado. But if there was a game where I feel like I'm just going to give the edge to Colorado because I think they might have better athletes at skill positions, it would be this game. Because I feel like any team, when they come in and they like get new OCs and DCs, sometimes you have to go look at the talent. Like you and I have this conversation all the time, Rahad. Sometimes it's like, okay, if everything is what and what, sometimes you just have to look at the talent and see who you think is more talented. Whose receivers do you prefer? Those receivers or these receivers? What cornerbacks do you prefer? Those are these. So for me, this might be where Colorado's talent shows up and is better than Baylor's, but it's because I don't really know what Baylor is doing, if that makes sense. So For me, sometimes I think you just have to line up your talent, and when you pick a game, you say, I think this team is just more talented. I think their receivers are faster, more physical, and I think their cornerbacks are faster and physical. Therefore, I think they're just going to be a better team. So that's kind of where I'm at with this Baylor matchup. But there's weirdness happening all over the field with Baylor. You could say the same thing about Colorado. So that's why, to me, it's like a wash. So I'm going to take Colorado because I like their skilled positions better than I do Baylor.
Ooh, good call. Okay. A lot of people got Colorado losing that game. But I get it. I got it as a swing game too, 50-50. I don't know. At the end of when we get through the schedule, I'll just let you know where I'm at with it. But I don't know. The Colorado is hard to predict.
Can we get some wins and some losses from you though, Laura? Can we get some wins and some losses?
Here it comes right now. Texas Tech and Utah. I'm really not going to talk about those games. I think we all agree they're going to lose those games, right?
Yeah.
No argument from me.
No argument from me.
Yeah. Trucker, you think they're going to win one of them games? Trucker, you agree with us?
You know I don't. No, yeah.
I was about to say that. You got to win and loss from it.
I was talking shit.
Okay, you got to. There you go. You got to win and loss.
Two L's. No 2 L's.
Yeah, okay, but all right, then, bet you got to win and loss from it. Oklahoma State, I think, is an interesting one. I think. Now, I don't know about Oklahoma State. I ain't gonna lie to you, but that program has been in the dumpster. I don't know what happened to them. They lost their mind. They got their Oklahoma State, and I could be dead dog wrong on that. So I am actually giving Colorado a victory here at Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I don't know much about them either. With the total change, I'm giving it to Colorado too.
Really been doing her homework. Talk to me, really.
Well, all right. What makes Oklahoma State interesting is their new coach is the coach from, I believe, North Texas, and he's bringing in that quarterback that had 97,000 yards last year. So their offense is going to be able to score points. So it might be like 97-96 if nobody plays any defense. And I mean this, and with all due respect, all the players that we're saying that we got from, this lower tier division, that's all of not all of Oklahoma State's team, but that's a lot of their team. And we saw that they were in the championship game for that division, where some of these other players that we got weren't in the championship at those for their teams in their respective divisions. So for me, I believe this game might be the most important game on their schedule, because if they lose this one, there's no way they can get to 6. This is a huge game because of where it's at, and playing at Oklahoma State at night is the worst. So I don't know. This is going to come to, again, it might be that everybody just might score points, or if Colorado's defense is able to step up and do something.
Did you mention that 1,500-yard running back that they brought up from North Texas?
That's what I'm saying. Well, that's what I'm saying. They bought their entire offense. That's why I'm saying if they score 97 points, is Colorado going to score 98 or 96? I don't really know. So yeah, I mean, if you made me pick, because it's a road game, and if college football was smart, they'd make it a night road game. That's going to be tough for Colorado to be in. But I just don't know what I'm going to get from Oklahoma State's defense at all. Like, I don't even know who's on the defense. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know. I don't even know what it, but he could be like Kirk Signetti, right? Bringing over all these players from this random team that nobody really watched last year in North Texas. And here they show up in the Big 12, and all of a sudden they're fundamental, disciplined. And you're like, what? Who are they? So that's why for me, I'm like, I'll give this to Colorado just because I know their players, but that doesn't mean I don't know.
It's going to be a shootout. I think you were spot on, really. I think you were spot on with what you were saying. I think it's going to be a shootout. North Texas was balling last year. I thought that they should have been one of them G5 teams that should have been in the playoffs. To be honest, they had a high-powered offense. Their problem was on defense, though. They gave up a lot of points. As much as they scored, as much as they gave up. You know what I mean? I think they got into a real good shootout with Tulane last year. I can't remember who it was. Y'all remember me complaining about them? They losing. Oh, it was Memphis that lost to UAB last year, and then I think Tulane or North Texas was able to get it. But Drew Messemaker he's a problem. But I think this is gonna be a good game, real good game in Stillwater. But I think Colorado gets it. I think Colorado gets it. You know what I mean? I do.
I'm with you, Truck, and the only reason why it's Oklahoma, what I can't get over to Colorado fans, and I guess that's being a fan, right? But history matters. Oklahoma State has been dog mess last couple seasons. Colorado hadn't been great, but over the last 2 seasons they've been better than Oklahoma State. I'm going to give them that. Now, maybe due to my ignorance, I'm not going to sit here in front like I deep dive Oklahoma State because I haven't. But I would hope that would be a game that they can win. If not, hold on, let me just back all that up. Let me just say this. If the first part of the schedule is bad, Oklahoma State is probably a loss. I'll put it to you that way. If they can salvage the first half 1-2, if they can go 3-3 on the first half of the season, I got Colorado to win the game. I know that's crazy. I know that don't mean anything, but I think it matters when you have a transient program. Does that make sense to anybody? Okay. All right. Well, maybe not. So, moving on. Do anybody believe they're going to beat Kansas State, Arizona State, or Houston? I don't.
Believe that they're going to be make that rundown again. Kansas State, Arizona State, and Houston.
Yeah. Anybody think they're going to beat them?
No, I think those are losses.
Really, Flaw? You think
the only thing about Arizona State, I'll give you. Houston, I'll give you. The interesting thing about Kansas State is I feel like they're in a little bit of disarray. They just lost their head coach. They lost their OC. They lost their DC. Everything that they once had that made them stable are all gone. So now it's going to be interesting to see what Kleiman built there, because good programs, it's like it doesn't matter who comes in, right? You just kind of pick up the mantle and do your thing. So there's some weird things happening at Kansas State that I can't say verbally, but it'll be interesting to see what happens with Kansas State this year. I'm not sure if I believe them quite yet. I feel like they have some things they need to prove to me.
Who's the coach at Kansas State now?
The OC from Texas A&M last year. I cannot think of his name. He played there. He was at Kansas State before, right? Really?
Ex-quarterback. Yeah, he played quarterback there. He played quarterback. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Oh, Colin Klein. Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. But that's where I think I differ from, because once you change something, change is change. And things is going to be different. You know what I mean? Like, I understand, like, there's already been a precedent set or a culture set there, but people change certain things. All it takes is a little tweak to change things. You know what I'm saying? If somebody told me this, and I'm about to use it again. If your mom get a new boyfriend, a new man coming to the house, he got different rules than what your daddy put down. So there's going to be change that's going to be in that house. Like, so there's going to be change on the team, on that football field. Now, the thing is if we can't bottle Avery Johnson up and keep Avery Johnson under wraps, we have problems with his butt scooting around. But if we keep him bottled up, but they do got a nice offensive line, and they are coming to play. A lot of them boys are from Colorado. They didn't get picked up by CU. That game is going to be tough. They coming for blood because they are angry that CU ain't give them a shot, and they had to go to Kansas and play. So there's rumblings with that one. But
whoa, tell me, you think they wanted to go to Colorado? They could have went to Colorado if they wanted to.
I mean, they didn't get recruited. They didn't get picked up. They didn't even get a call. They didn't get a call. They didn't get a
Okay.
call, man.
All right. Well, maybe you know better than me. I give you that.
Nah, I do. I got a little plug now. You know what I'm saying? Your boy been
I
running the
got you. I
YouTube
got
streets a little bit. I got a little plug or whatnot. So yeah,
Well, go
uh,
crazy.
yeah.
Did
No,
you
I mean,
say
I'm with
go
you. No,
crazy?
yeah.
What he say? What he say?
Correct.
What he say? What Go say? Tell me what he
No,
say,
I think
because
we
I
talking
can't
to
read it.
somebody in the chat.
Oh,
I think
okay.
we talking to somebody else in the chat, bro. But anyway, okay, all right, man. I guess
That's why I'm
I
like,
guess.
if they go 1-2 in that, I wouldn't be shocked. That's all I'm saying. But Arizona State is
Yeah.
just coached well. I'm always going to take that coach.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. Best coach in the Big 12.
yeah. And then Houston, I believe, is on an upswing. I believe they're doing some interesting things with that program, and I really like their offensive line holds. And anyway, so the only one with that one is Kansas State. And I'll be honest, these last two, I mean, yeah.
Okay,
What?
so
You at UCF and Cincinnati? You think Colorado drops those games?
If they drop
well,
those games, we have a bigger issue.
Oh, okay, all right.
I think. Wait, hold on. I'll put it to you like this. I think those. Whoa. I think those are 50-50 games. I think that both of those are swing games. I think both Cincinnati, UCF are swing games. Now, kind of like I said about earlier about Oklahoma State. If they got a losing record going into Cincinnati, UCF, I'm less likely to pick Colorado again due to the transient program. Those games matter, but to me, those games matter on what the schedule is at the time. If we didn't went through the schedule, if Colorado is Baylor, we gave Baylor, Oklahoma. Let's say we gave Baylor and Oklahoma State. Weber State. If Colorado just won 3 games, they're gonna lose the likelihood of them losing to Cincinnati and UCF is high. Do y'all disagree with that?
Well, no, I think, but that's what I'm saying. Like, what kind of conversation are we having? Because it's
Okay.
like, if
Yeah,
Colorado
you're right.
can stop, like, if you give me a caveat and say, hey, Colorado can stop the run. Okay, well, my thought process on a lot of these games might be a little bit different. But if you say to me, we're at the end of the season, Colorado is 7-1 or whatever the math. I'm going to be like, they're going to win these. You know what I'm saying? They're going to win these two. But if
I would agree with that.
But if you say to me, like, Colorado coming into these games is going to be 5-5 heading into the last 2 games of the season, I mean, okay, I'll probably give them one and not the other, right? Because then I'll kind of know how the season flows. So I guess it depends on how you're asking me. Like, what are the variables? How are you asking me?
Well, okay, let me ask it. Go by how we went through the schedule. So, sound like to me to the schedule, we got them winning 3 to 4 games at this point.
And see, I think they're going. I've always said I think they're going to be around 6. I think it's going to be a 6-6. Now, whether it's a 5-7 or a 7-5, obviously is a huge difference. But my issue is, if I operate under the assumption that they're not going to get any better than they did last year, then I have to say that they're going to win 4 or 5 games. But if I say they're going to be 1 or 2 games better than they were last year, so that's where I get my thing. I will say this though, one thing that we don't ever talk about with Colorado that we actually should, because there's proof of concept. Once we get to the last 2 games of the season, really all the games you see on the right side of the screen, I believe they don't have any more bye weeks. So for me, the health of this football team is going to be a problem, because we've never seen a healthy Colorado football team from the start of the season to the end of the season. And that presents another challenge for me. But how do you rate injuries when you're doing a schedule preview? But that's just something that I think about, because I haven't seen them ever be healthy the whole season.
Have they ever finished strong? Period.
When they went 9-3, they had that loss against Kansas, but then they didn't lose. Right. I think their last 3 games. I think it was.
Yeah, and then they lost. They lost going into the bowl game. I mean, they lost the bowl game
against BYU. So they went on like a 3-game
winning streak
at the very end.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Trucker.
Nah, because I got some questions for y'all after y'all done, talking or whatever. But I'll ask it right now since you threw me.
No, but Cincinnati UCF. So you got to win the Cincinnati UCF.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. I won't call them toss games. Cincinnati, UCF. I'm calling them toss games. I know people don't want to hear that. It's hard for me to put my foot in the ground about any of these games when you talk about Colorado. And honestly, when you talk about the Big 12, because I mean, it is what it is. Big 12 is the Big 12. But yeah, I just got those as toss-up games. It can go either way. Even if they got the two, looking at where we're at now, all I see is what we went through now and listening to me speak. If you gave the last two, we're talking about 5 games. I see 5 games. If you give them
If
Cincinnati,
they're able to
UCF.
do half of the stop the run, half the ability of what they were last year. If they can stop the run, half of the ability what they were last year. Stop the run a little bit more than what you was doing last year, and run the ball effectively. I think they'd be all right. I think they'd be solid in their schedule. I think they'd be solid. You know,
See what? And I guess, and I don't want to feel like I'm back again. I don't feel like I'm back in the corner. We just having talk about a team.
Good.
Okay. Let's first start off right here. I said I told you I'd wait to the end. Do anybody on this panel, since we talk about here, do anybody on this panel think Colorado got a better coaching staff than any one of these teams? See, I don't. I'll jump out there first. I think their coaching staff is worse than everybody on the schedule. Anybody disagree with that?
Than everybody on the schedule?
I don't know everyone's coaching staff.
Yeah, I was going to say, I could tell you the head coach, but I can't tell you.
Okay, fine. Let me narrow it down to that. I think Colorado's head coach is worse than everybody on the schedule. Do anybody disagree with that?
And you think that he's gonna somehow stick his head in there and mess things up? That's what you think, and is that where you got that word, bro?
Hold on.
No, honestly,
No, one step at a time. One step. Do anybody on this panel think Colorado got a better head coach than any one of these teams?
From past experience.
Bro, we don't change how we evaluate head coaches. We ain't got to ask no question to that.
No.
How you evaluate head coaches?
I just have one question. Who is the coach at
UCF
Utah this year? And
Utah.
UCF the Ohio State's offensive.
Scott Frost is back.
Okay. And then who's Utah's coach?
Utah.
Morgan Scaley, the defensive coordinator from last year.
Yeah, he was already in the program.
Oh, he was already there. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I see your point, Raw. Every other coach has done something remarkable or some type of proof. Well, Cincinnati is that Cincinnati coach?
That's
the coach
Scott Scatterfield. Yeah, Scott Scatterfield. He had I think he did a good job with Brendan Sorsby. I think he did a good job with Sorsby.
So I mean, if you're basing it just solely off of what these coaches have done and how they've developed their teams, you would be right. I mean, each of these coaches has something that you could point to say you could compare it, and if you don't even have a name, if you say this is team A and this is team B, you want A or B, probably most people, a blind look would take the things that the other coach has done. I think that's fair.
Okay, cool. So if we're starting there, right? We're starting there. Because I think sometimes with Colorado, what happens
they can't sell better than Coach Prime, though.
Yeah, but that ain't got nothing to do with winning games.
I'm just saying.
You know
I'm just saying, like, where we going with it, though? You know what I'm saying? Is it? Are we talking about winning and losing games? Are we talking about selling and marketing? What we like as a head coach? I mean, commercials. What?
No one.
I think you have to look at it. I think you have to look at it as a pie. If you say football wise, who do you want? Football win games. Who do you want? If you say who do you want for marketing? Okay. Who do you want for this? Who's OC? Like it. I think it depends. But I think his point is if we're going to look at teams and decide who's going to win or lose, if you just look at coaches and you start peeling away at it, what coach do you take? Okay, if you say those other coach, what's the next variable? I think is what he's trying to say.
I got you.
Yeah. I was trying to build up to that, but 100% right. There you go. So that's the problem here. So when you get with these 50-50 games, you talk about coaching staff, head coaches. if he wasn't Coach Prime, we like Coach Prime. He's not a better head coach than nobody on this team, on neither one of these teams.
So there's two things I will give Colorado that I don't think that they're in the Big 12. And I feel like when you look at the Big 12, you honestly never know who's going to show up, what it's going to look like. Texas Tech last year was what they were. If they weren't that this year, I don't think anyone would be shocked. Besides, they spend a lot of money, but everyone would kind of be like, that's the Big 12, right? It's up, it ebbs and flows. So I think that's what gives them the fighting chance. But then I think the other thing is too, is if you look at some of these teams, like Baylor last year, what was that? Honestly, what was that? Utah, new coach. You think the system's going to work, but you really don't know. I think we all can agree Arizona State probably has, in my opinion, the best head coach in this division. Sans Joey McGuire, you know, depending on how you feel about that. But I think that's what, to me, that's where it gets dicey. Because when I'm looking at this conference as a whole, I'm like, do I really trust what Kansas State is doing? Do I really trust what Baylor is doing? Do I really you know, so that's why for me, I'm always like, there's always a chance because these teams and these coaches, respectfully, what are they? Third tier, fourth tier in all of college football? I can't deny that, which means sometimes you don't know who's going to win these games.
Right. And I think, but see, I just think when you say that and we're talking about a team, whether we're talking about Colorado or whoever to support a point on winning games, I think once you start going down that path, you just said that they're not good. Because they're not the reason for the victory. The victory is because the other ones, we didn't know what the other ones was going to do, and they fell off. So it's nothing about them themselves. And I think that's my biggest issue when I talk about Colorado. My biggest issue is that, and I've said before, I'm like, the problem with Colorado, I can't find, when I have watched them, history has told me, and the team that they got today, they absolutely don't dictate any game except Weber State. Like, they could lose every game, but they also could win a lot of those games, depending on the other. They don't dictate how good they're going to be.
I think the point is an interesting point. And I don't think I disagree with you because I think the point is right. I think the point is if they were to win, what you're saying is we would look at them and say it's because so-and-so didn't do what they were supposed to do, not because Colorado did what they were supposed to do. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
But then, okay, if even if I give you that, my still big thing is we all can agree though, if they can stop the run, then this is a different conversation. What do you think?
I don't. Well, okay.
Well, because I guess to me, because when I think about, because all we have is last year and every year previous, right? When you look at those games, when you watch them, like, I feel like every time at the end of the game, it was like, if they only could have limited them to 150 rushing yards and not 200, like we could have gotten the ball back. But it's like we can't get the ball back because we can't stop anything. And and then by the time you do stop the run, it's because the dumb team decided to stop running the ball, not because we actually stopped the run. It's because the dumb team decided to start passing the ball.
I.e. Iowa State. Go ahead.
Kansas State, remember? That's why they. So I guess my point is like, I do believe that if they can stop the run, it should be more joyful to watch. That's my theory. I could be wrong. That's just what I think.
When you say stop the run, really, like how many yards a game are you saying? And does running the ball effectively equate in that?
Yeah, good question. So I said this a little bit earlier. To me, it has to be, they can't allow anybody to have 200 rushing yards. It has to be around like 150-ish. That's still kind of maybe too much. But my thing is a team cannot line up against you on 3rd and 7 and run the football for the first down. A team cannot line up against you on 4th and 4 and just run straight at you and get a first down. To me, that means you can't stop the run, because you have to look at it in context. Do you think anyone in their right mind is going to line up against Ohio State on 3rd and 6 and run the football? Absolutely not. Absolutely. And I'm not saying, and listen, sometimes it's going to happen because they don't have to be perfect. I don't think that they're the number 1 school in college football, but that can't be a consistent. And if that is consistent, I see a problem. But if that's not a consistent, and you're telling me the strength of this team is the quarterback are the cornerbacks, and now we can kind of stop the run sometimes, so that means you have to throw the ball. That means the clock is going to stop on incompletions. I like that. That just sounds better football to me. But if they can't do that, what do you do? Like, that's the whole game to me.
I'll say this.
Stopping effectively, doesn't running the ball effectively too, though, keep the other defense on the field and have you in control of the clock. So, that matters too, right?
Yeah, no, if they do it, if they choose to do it, yes, absolutely. But also, if you tell me that we're going to get into a football game where both teams are just going to be running the football, that doesn't play to Colorado's strengths, because their strengths are their skill positions. So now you're taking away one of their strengths because now they have to run the ball. Does that make sense?
I got you.
Because would you say, because I guess the question is, do you think the strength is their running backs, or do you think the strength is their receivers? I think it's their receivers.
I think the receivers is nice, but I also think the running back room is loaded too. I think the running back room is
No, but
nice.
Who would you pick? Like, if you had to pick one, like if I said to you, hey, it is 3rd down, or we're on the goal line, and would you know what I'm saying? Like, goal line's a bad situation. But if I'm like, it's 3rd and 5 and we've been running the ball well, we have these receivers that are also playing well, who do you choose? Who would you choose? Would you choose to run the ball? Would you choose to pass the ball?
I think, and that's crazy. See that bringing in Brendan Marion he's been known to run the ball in those situations. He's been known to run the ball if the ball.
Can I ask you a question? Whoa, trucker.
No, I'm asking you what you prefer.
Can I just ask one question
that?
about
The receiver room is better than the running back room, really flaws. So
okay, cool. Let me ask you a question. I hear people you're the second person I've heard. Well, not second, but I've heard people say this, right?
About.
Okay, you said Brendan Marion is coming in and he runs the ball. That's what you said, right?
Yeah, he's been known to run the ball in those
situations. Okay, cool. What makes you think he's gonna do that? What makes you think Prime is gonna make him do that? He ain't showed you that in 4 years, so why all of a sudden you think it's gonna happen now?
Well, I don't think Prime if Brendan Marion would have came in, he would have left his head coach job over at Sacramento State if Prime wasn't.
Stop. Hold on. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off again. The reason why I'm saying this, me and you don't know Brendan Marion's mentality, so we don't know why he came. True or false?
But I do though. He said he's spoken about that. He's come out and talked about that. I do know that. That's
you do know what? You heard Brendan Marion say if Prime don't let me run the ball,
not those exact words verbatim what I just said, but he said, yeah, Prime giving me autonomy to run my offense, I wasn't gonna leave my job. Said that in the interview. He absolutely did.
And you believe him?
Yes, I do believe it.
I know, but why? Okay, cool. I'm with that though. But why do you believe it? I know I'm going down a rabbit hole. The point, I guess I'm trying to get.
What Brendan Marion said, but because you're about to go back to Colorado hasn't shown us the running the ball, right?
I'm talking. Colorado, which is the team, but the head coach don't do. Hold on, the head coach doesn't do that. No different than this. If Pittsburgh, I'm talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they have a character, they have a offensive identity or defensive identity. I don't care who comes in there. I'm saying that they're going to run their identity. If I'm talking about Alabama, there is a particular type of identity that Nick Saban runs, period. My question to you is, and I'm not saying you're wrong. Don't feel like I'm saying you're wrong. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm asking you is, though, majority, not the minority, high probability, not low probability. I'm asking you, why is Colorado special or counter to that?
That's Brendan Marion. They're special because that's his philosophy. That's what he's always.
I know, but Lane Kiffin like to throw the ball all across the field, but Nick Saban didn't let him do that.
That's what he's always done. The way he's.
I know Lane Kiffin,
but we ain't talking about Lane. I'm not talking about Lane Kiffin.
We ain't necessarily. But hold on, we're not necessarily talking about Colorado. We're talking about football, right? And coaches and their mentality. My question to you is, why are you choosing the low probability or the least likely thing to happen? That's my question. I ain't saying you again.
I told you why. I heard Brendan Marion talk about it in the interview. That's the first reason why. The second reason why is because it's a philosophy to run the ball and do that. You know what I mean? That's why I feel like that.
I don't know what you mean.
I can't speak for Nick Saban and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak for those guys. Now, if you feel like I can't help that you feel like, because
No, I don't feel like whoa. Hold on, trucker, hold on. I don't feel like anything. I don't have a feeling, period. All I can do is go on factual information.
But
like the information I got. Oh, wait, hold on. The information I have is not opinion based.
Right. It's not subjective, right? Right. I get
it's not opinion.
Right. And that's not neither. What he said was, I wasn't going to leave my head coaching job to come over here if I wasn't going to run the offense my way. So I have to take that because that's all I have to go off of, right? I have to take it for that. That's where I heard it from. I have to go with that. I have to take that. I have to take it at face value until I see otherwise.
Okay. I got you.
Can I just say, I think,
go ahead.
But I think y'all's conversation is what's going to make or break the season this year. Because it's like, if Marion is able to come in and do every single thing he wants to do, then we'll see the fruits of that, whatever that is. But if it comes in and there's a little bit of resistance to that, then there's going to be a different issue. But I don't know. I feel like, and I've been on this for years, I don't care what that offense does. I don't care. I care about what that defense does. I feel like we spend so much time focused on the offense
you're right about that.
and Juju and that. I don't care. I honestly don't care. I feel like the biggest issue is the biggest conversation for Colorado heading into the season is going to be that defense. It's going to be that defensive line. It's going to be the linebackers. It's going to be the cornerbacks. It's going to be the safety. And it's going to be the defensive play calls that happen along the way.
Exactly.
Because that's just how I feel. Maybe blame it on me because I'm a Steelers fan. I don't really know. But like, defense is going to win games for Colorado if they can figure it out, because the defense is going to get the ball back to that offense. But if that doesn't happen, none of this other stuff even matters, because for what? I mean, what does it matter? I mean, we literally saw. I don't know if anybody knows them. We saw them average 200. They gave up an average of 225 rushing yards last year. I don't know if we realize, like, that's insane.
Well, okay. Let me ask a question. Let me ask a question toward that. Let me ask a question towards that, though, because again, here we go again. Really, Flaw, since you mentioned it, I'm going to ask you. I'll say what I say. I'll tell you how I feel off top. See, I don't care who the DC is. I think they gave up. That defense is bad because of the head coach. So my question to you is this. Do you believe it's going to change because they got a new DC?
So that's an interesting question, mainly because I never liked Livingston. I don't know if you remember, I was like this NFL crap that we keep preaching. Remember from jump, I was like, I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I need a coacher. I need a teacher. Like, I need basic principles. So for me, I like that we have a college football defensive coordinator, because I feel like he's going to give them a change of pace of what to do in college football. Do I think he's going to be better than Livingston? I think he's more connected to college football athletes than Livingston. So personally, like, if you ask me what I like better about this Colorado team, it is
that's not what I'm asking. I'm not asking.
Well, no, I'm just feeding into why I like this defensive solution, air quotes, right? Because I don't know. I'm hoping I like this defensive solution better than what we had last year. So if you're asking me, do I think it's going to change? I think now it has the potential. I was never on bandwagon Livingston. Never.
Yeah, but even before Charles Kelly, the defense was terrible too.
See, my thing is nobody's up here saying that Colorado's going to win 9-10 games, right? We all agree.
Right,
with that,
nobody's
right?
saying
that, right?
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying that they're going to win 9-10 games, right? So
Okay.
if they're going to be 6-6, if we saying 6-6, I'm saying 7-5. Y'all saying 6-6. If you look at any 6-6, 7-5 team throughout college football, they're averaging about giving up about 150. 100 something yards per game rushing, right? And they're able to run the ball effectively, though. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I also, stopping the run, it matters. But if they run the ball and they're able to run the ball effectively, also matters too. So that does equate into the offense just a little bit. So I do care about them running the ball. Now, I get.
Oh, my bad. No, go ahead. I guess my issue is this. I just don't believe in what you all are talking about. I'll just put it to you like that. I'm not saying that you're wrong.
Yeah, you just haven't seen it.
Yeah, right. I just don't believe in that. I've seen coaches get fired. They change coordinators 10 times. Change go 10 times because it's not the coordinator. It's the head coach. And it's weird to me that you all can have, and I'm not talking about necessarily you on the panel, just people in general. You can have a different expectation from a leader. If we weren't talking about Colorado and I was talking about another coach, if I was talking about Kevin Sumlin at Texas A&M because he never could field a good defense, if I was talking about him, no one would say the things that I'm hearing people say. Nobody would say that.
Because I'm sorry, really. I think what it is the question isn't asked. What is the head coach's identity of his team? So what has Deion's identity been his last 3 seasons? It's not been running the ball. It's been throwing the ball all over the field.
Right, and now, Cliff, guess what? Now we believe that's not going to happen.
And what Raw is actually saying is, even though Marion came and said that, he's saying it could be true, but it really doesn't change the philosophy of the head coach.
Correct. Right.
I understand that part. I understand that part too. I understand.
Yeah, but see, when you say you understand it, but Truckin, hold on, hear me out, Truckin. I don't give you the mic. Hear me out. You say you understand that, but in everything you said, you haven't even acknowledged that.
But I think he got to get out his own way. Like, you wasn't successful last year, right? You wasn't successful last year because
he wasn't successful. Okay, when has Prime ever got out of his own way, Truckin?
You totally bombed it. You totally bombed what you had going on last year because you did not utilize the right guys that you had, the guys you had the right way. Now a quarterback that you had last year is up in, I don't care if he's doing it in the CFL. He could have done that in college football, getting 160 yards a game, or he could have been tearing the Big 12 up like that last year. He probably could have been having 200 yards a game last year.
Okay,
you know
but when has he showed you that?
I mean, but his philosophy.
When has Prime showed you the ability to change?
He hasn't. But I've also.
But you believe it though.
Yes, because I came out and said I'm being optimistic about this year. I've said that, right? Have I not said that? I said that earlier this year.
Oh, I ain't talking about. You talking about the season? Okay, hold on. The conversation has transitioned. Wait. The conversation has transitioned. We're not really talking about the end result of the season. Now we're talking about coaching styles and coaching characteristics and culture. Right. That's what we talk. So that's what the conversation about. So it has zero to do whether they're going to be successful or not. We talk. So the conversation is about head coaching, and my question is, he has not displayed anything that you are saying. So the question is, why do you believe it?
So I need to run, but I just want to say, to say this because I'm going to kind of flip this back and answer 2 questions. So before I jumped off last time, you were asking, what do I think about Texas? let's remove Coach Prime, because anytime we talk about Coach Prime, everybody can't hear exactly what we're talking about. So I'm going to strip that away, and I'm going to use Coach Sark. My biggest issue and concern with Coach Sark is his offensive play calling. I haven't seen him excel in a way of offensive play calling being the head coach. So for me as a Texas fan, my team is ranked what? Number 5 in the nation. We're the best. We're going to win. We have all the tools. We have all the weapons. We have all the things. But when I look at this team, every Texas video I make, if anybody ever listens, I always say my biggest concern is Coach Sark. And I'm saying that Coach Sark is my biggest concern because I haven't seen him take that jump. I haven't seen him do that thing. And because nobody here is really a Texas fan, no one's going to get their feelings hurt hearing me say that out loud verbally. I could say the same thing about other coaches. I could say the same thing about Mario Cristobal. Why wasn't he running the football sooner against Texas A&M? Why didn't he run the football sooner against Indiana? That is a coaching flaw that he does as a coach because he has offensive coordinators, but he never jumps in and says anything. At Texas, it's Coach Sark. It's all on him. He's the play caller. So for me, when I'm looking at this team, I can't expect them to do something different when I haven't seen them do something different. So if you ask me who I think is going to win the Natty and where we think we're going to go, I am always going to say my limitation is Coach Sark. So what you are saying is the limitation for Colorado could be Coach Prime. We're not talking about championship level, but we are talking about winning games in the Big 12. And so I think what you're saying is we haven't seen him step outside of his box. We haven't seen him do things differently. We haven't seen him do these things, but yet we're hoping and praying that he does. And that could be a downfall because he might not ever. And just like Coach Sark might not ever, just like Mario Cristobal might not ever, just like Ryan Day didn't until he did. So I guess that's all I'm saying is like, I think you're making the right point. I feel like as a fan though, sometimes this is where fandom meets logic because you're like, this is the year my coach does do the things he's supposed to do. I would say the same thing about Coach Tomlin, right? This is the year we're going to take more chances on offense. No, we're not. He's a defensive coach. We're not doing that ever, right? So your point is the right point. But for me, the reason why I think it's hard for Truckin to answer, and Truckin, I'm not speaking to you, is because there's a part of fandom where you say, my coach is going to do it this year. My coach is going to have it figured out this year. My coach is going to be better and different. I'm sure Cliff can sit up here and talk about Marcus Freeman and some things that Marcus Freeman isn't as great at. I think some people were saying, like, can he develop a real quarterback, right? Then CJ Carr comes around. CJ Carr looks good. He starts to look better. So now this year, it's like, can CJ Carr take us over the hook? Like, everybody has that with their coach. I think the question you're asking is a logical question, but it conflicts with fandom. And that's why it's hard to answer it because what the truth might be is not what you want to say.
We have not seen him at Colorado run the ball effectively. I get that. We have seen him have effective teams running the ball. We have seen that.
Try.
Right? So
he can try.
I get. Hold up, though. Hold up. I'm not done. So just because Alabama's coach Kellen DeBoer ain't running the ball effectively at Alabama, does that mean that? Or does that mean that he's not a good? They're never gonna run the ball. That'd be a lie because he did it at Washington. They don't have the personnel to do it, right? He didn't have the right personnel to do it. I mean, so to each his own. I mean, it's you know what I mean. Like that's all it is with that. Like I'm not that big of a fan to sit here and say that it's never gonna happen. I'm just looking at what he brought in and saying that what it's supposed to happen. So from bringing in Brennan Marion, the offensive coordinator who is known to run the ball, if it don't happen, then it don't happen. But I expect him to run the ball this year because he brought in a coordinator that for that reason to run the ball, to be able to run the ball successfully. That's why I'm saying that. That's why I believe it. Period. There's no other explanation for it besides that. But saying like Kellen DeBoer is not going because he hasn't been successful running the ball at Alabama, he ain't gonna run the ball or he don't run the ball. That's crazy.
No, I get what you're saying. I feel like, when we start going down this path, I just feel like you feel like we're attacking, and that's not what I'm doing. I'm not attacking. You could be very well. I ain't saying you could be 100% right. You could be 1,000% right. I guess the only question that I had and the question I was having is, why do you feel that way? And I think it sounds like you feel that way because hope is a strategy, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's okay. There is absolutely nothing wrong with hope being a strategy.
Right.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm never gonna think Bill Belichick don't spread. Well, he did do that 1 year, so I take that back. But there is a certain things that Bill Parcells and all these other head coaches, they got particular type of coaching characteristics. They got the type of things how they want to run the offense. I just don't until I see somebody do the total opposite of what they have shown me. I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt for that. I don't even think I'm wrong for thinking that way.
No, because I mean that's what we see.
What was y'all coach? Won the Super Bowl '85. What's his name?
Mike Dicker.
Yeah, Mike Dicker. He's not gonna run a spread.
No,
I don't believe it. I don't care who the OC he hires. He's not gonna run a spread, bro.
Mike Dicker. His running game was trap inside and get paid outside too. That was it.
Yeah, but
it was run the ball, and then hey, you know what? We go play hellified defense, but we go run this ball. Now every blue moon, we will surprise you with a shot, but that's after we done ran the ball at you probably 20 times straight.
Yeah,
with the fullback and the tailback.
I just hate that if anybody think that what I'm saying is that I'm against it. I don't know. I really don't know. All I can do is go by past history. That's all I go by, right? And I don't know. So Trucking could be 100% right. He go out there and they may run the ball 40 times a game. I'd be like, okay, that's an improvement. Shout out to Prime. Good deal, bro. Good. It's good that you did that. Perfectly fine. Good that you did that. But I'm not going to use that when I predict a game on that. Meaning that I'm not going to say what a head coach has never done and say, well, if he do that, then they'll win this game. I'm like, that's not how that works. That's just really not how that works. I'll be like, well, yeah, the Jets will win if they throw for the ball 400 yards a game. I'm like, that ain't what they do, though.
Right.
You know, this is not what they do. Right? It just ain't. But if there is something they start doing, then okay, then I'll add that into the equation of trying to figure out what the end result going to be. And I think, you know what I'm saying? But again, hope is a strategy. So, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's how fans are. But this last slide here, guys, 2026 outlook, the floor 4-8, I agree with that. I think that's the 4-8. I think we talked about that. It kind of sounds like how the panel feels. Most likely 6-6. I think that is necessary. Ceiling 8-4, I agree with that. I think that's the ceiling, unless y'all disagree. First 4 games, you got 3 road games, guys. You got big time midseason test, Texas Tech and Utah. I think we all agree that those probably L's. And a November push with Arizona State, Houston, Cincinnati, UCF. I'm thinking they're probably not going to beat Arizona State, Houston. So they may split that. Biggest question they're talking about, I still think I like Sweetney or whatever his name is. I like him. I like how that goes.
You mean who? What the other quarterback?
Yeah, the little freshman they got. I like him.
Yeah, Sweet Wine or whatever his name is. Yeah.
Right, and then we got this go-go offense, man. I don't know how I feel about them trying to.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Rob.
What's up?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
This first game to me is going to be a little telling. I don't think their season will be over, but I think it can be some carryover because you're not worried about Weber State. So what I mean by that is if Georgia Tech puts a thumping similar to what they got to Houston, I think that effect carries over even after the Weber State game.
I got you. No, I got you. Whoa, what you mean by the Weber State? Bro, they're going to beat Weber State. You think they're going to...
No, I know. I'm not saying they're going to lose to that. I'm just saying they know that they're more talented, but I still think in the back of their mind, the thumping that they get from Georgia Tech when they go to Northwestern, when they come to Chicago on their lakefront, it may rear its head again against a more talented team.
Yeah, I'm feeling better about the Georgia Tech game. I ain't gonna lie. I think that's a game that they might get. I really do. I think they might get Georgia Tech. DC Card says 3-9. I don't see Prime wanting to run the ball enough. The go to really work, and the defense is suspect. I know, man. Everybody, I don't know how people just ignore Prime and how he likes to run the offense. It's just that I think that's comical, but it's neither here nor there. He could do it, but he's going to show me, right? He's going to show me.
I'm worried about the defense, and not only the talent on that side of the ball, but I mean, you got a coach that hasn't called any plays, situational things of that. I don't even, like you said.
He said he was bagging groceries. You told me he was bagging groceries.
Yeah, he wasn't coaching last year, so that's regardless. A year off, you still, you got to get back into the flow of things, especially in the game and being in situational football and things of that nature. So we'll see. That, like I said, the first game to me is going to be telling. I mean, even if they lose, if it's close, I think it's still a confidence booster. But if they get blown out, I think some of that confidence leaves for good, even after the first game.
And I was listening to a guy that covered Colorado, right, on the daily. I'm listening to him talk to Brian Howe about had a wreck. I'm driving that way. I'm riding down the road, and I heard a dude say, he's like, man, by the end, I just want the season to end on an uptick. You know what I'm saying? If they win, 4 or 5 games. I'm like, oh, you don't think they're gonna be good?
Yeah.
Oh, I said, y'all know who the dude is. He be with Brian Howe all the time. They don't even fucking think they're gonna be good.
Yeah, so it's another white guy that I saw yesterday.
The people who actually cover and interview the dude every day.
Yeah.
Think he'll be. I'm like, what?
Yeah, he's been covering Colorado, I think, for almost 20 years, and he said, basically the same thing, but he talked more about what I put in the what's the name about, the subpoena thing around the team and what happened to that stuff. But yeah, he said as far as the team goes, he doesn't see it.
Yeah,
he's saying, and he's basically saying the same thing. I hope they can finish the season on a high note.
Yeah, I'm look, most likely I kind of agree with this slide here. 4-4-8, most likely 6-6. I think they need 6-6.
Yeah,
I don't think it's not gonna be. The little bit I've been watching them again, I hadn't seen stuff and listen to the people who do it every day. They're not gonna be good, bro.
Well, I'm praying they get some breaks and they go 6-6, because I would sure hate for them to start off 1-5 or something, because then I think it starts to get a little sticky. I mean, if
they lose Georgia Tech, I think Georgia Tech is key. They need to beat Georgia Tech. If they beat Georgia Tech, they beat Weber State, they 2-0, bro. Now Northwestern, it don't really matter at this point with Northwestern.
Right.
Even if they lose it, you 2-1. So
2-1, right.
2-1 is still a good record.
Right.
And if Baylor, even if you drop the game to Baylor, you're 2-2. So you still winning. You still up. You drop the 2 games, Texas Tech, Utah. So you drop them, you at 2-4. You come back, beat Oklahoma State, you at 3-4. Kansas State, Arizona State, probably Ailes, Houston. You're probably that'll put you at 3-7. And then you finish out the season with a Cincinnati UCF win. You 5-7, bro. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. Yeah. It's all right.
And that's an improvement.
It is an improvement. But yeah, you just can't lose to Georgia. You gotta take one of them victories, man. Georgia Tech and Northwestern. You gotta.
Yeah.
For Prime, I would prefer them to win a Georgia Tech game. So, yeah.
Yeah, out of those first 3, you got to be 2-1 at the least. You got to be 2-1.
Yeah. Through Utah. Yeah, going through Utah, bro. 3-3 should turn backflips.
if through Utah they're 3-3, backflips, bro.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, you doing something,
bro. Yeah, 3-3, bro. You 3-3. Yeah, that's something to clap up. Clap that up. Yeah, 3-3. Yeah, 3-3. Yeah. Oh yeah. You good, bro. You good 3-3 through Utah. For sure.
Well, we'll know in what is it? 1 week now? Well, 2 weeks still. 2
We
weeks.
got 2 weeks, man. Then we'll be back at it. And next Thursday we'll be doing Colorado again. I'm sure there'll be some more things to talk about. If I saw in the Discord you're talking about the subpoena thing, bro. I don't know nothing about that. That ain't football.
Yeah, I mean, I only thing I had just asked the question. I just wanted to know because with some teams, either pro or college, how the outside thing can affect, and that's all. I just wanted people's opinion on if they thought it might affect.
I thought you were talking about the subpoena.
Oh no, I mean hey, that happened. I just want to know, the effect of him having to go and do what he has to do during game week. You know what I'm saying? Will it affect him and the team, or possibly just him?
No, I don't think it's gonna have no effect at all. To be honest with you.
So that's it.
That's neither here nor there, in my honest opinion. But
okay,
it is what it is. But anyway, JL said, "Y'all got it. I'm done." I don't know what he think their record gonna be, but bro, no one understands that they'd be lucky to win. Lucky, so they'd be lucky to win 5 games. Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I've been watching it, bro. I'm just gonna be keep it a buck with y'all. I ain't gonna play with y'all. I've been watching them, bro. They look sorry. I'm just gonna hear it. I know it's probably not best for me to say that, but just be straight up, bro. They look sorry.
The first clip I saw was actually on someone else's show showing a replay, and that was because the small talk came back up again. So I did watch some small receivers. I mean the line looks like an offensive line.
No, bro,
but
they don't look good, bro. They don't look good, bro. Now, Grant, that's just the video. That I could be dead dog wrong, and I know y'all gonna clip this and be like, "Bro, you said this was gonna be sorry." I'm telling you what I saw. I don't know. I behind the scenes may be totally different, but that shit I saw they put on tape. I wouldn't even put that out there. That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing, bro.
What you say? You wouldn't have put that practice out there, huh?
It's embarrassing, bro. They look terrible. They like they don't know what to do. They honestly like Pee Wee. Be straight up with you. Like Pee Wee, bro. Like Pee Wee team.
That's not good.
Hike the ball, defensive line, offensive line, just stand straight up. I'm like, y'all just stood straight the fuck up. Why'd y'all stand up?
Yeah, there's no.
I'm like, oh God. I was like, no physicality. I'm watching that. I'm big on mannerism. Bro, I'm like, you didn't even try to. I get it, bro. I guess y'all thud. And that's like, bro, you act like you ain't even engaged. I'm like, they look like they don't give a F.
One thing I was surprised about.
Let me tell you something though. I can't be wrong because every time I watch it, trying to talk about how bad a practice they had.
Remember I said this wrong? Remember I said I had never seen sled work? At least I'm seeing that.
Bro, I don't want to crap on them. They could be tricking me, but they look.
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out in 2 weeks. They might be playing possum, bro.
And I guess Juju hurt, and he rarely.
Wait a minute. That's news to me. He hurt.
Yeah, he had a little stinger. I think he was back in practice yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, oh my God. But again, you gotta remember they only gonna show you so much. So all that, that don't even probably mean that.
Right.
So I'm watching my man, and I like William Gardner. He does a show with Adam Mustard. I watch him, bro. I generally agree with him. Mm-hmm. And I heard him talk about some of that good stuff that they did. I'm like, I ain't seen none of that. I'm like, oh my God.
Hey. We gotta.
I'll put it to you like this. It's, to my opinion, it's criminal to look that bad. Somebody should go to jail.
So I know we probably getting ready to end, Rob, but
Yeah, I am about to.
what does it look to you now? I mean, I'm asking you because I mean I'm not really. I mean I can give my opinion, but does practice look like a D1 practice to you?
No,
and
I
I
know
know
like Pee Wee. And whoa. They literally, okay. Y'all see them commercials sometime they had a little kid, they get the ball to the kid, and he run around, all the little kids just bouncing into each other. And
Yeah.
then, little kid may run the ball to the end zone, but it's like they kind of like pinball machine, kind of just bouncing each other.
Right.
Little kid about 4 or 5 years old. A man said, "Hey, come out, bro. I'm telling you what I saw." Okay, this is what kills me right here. Lamont. Prime said the same thing I'm saying. Go back and watch the shows. Go back and talk about practice and effort. And you do me a favor and tell me if he's saying anything different than what I'm talking about. He said it himself. He said this. This. So I'm like, but I have to always give him a pass. I'm not really big into that off-season stuff. Y'all be losing your mind in Discord. I'm not really big into that. So I know they don't show you everything, but I'm watching it. I'm like, what? Don't even put it on tape. I rather them don't even show nothing.
Man.
No, I agree, Lamont. God damn, Lamont, for the 5th time. I said, I'm assuming that they're not showing everything, right? I just said that. I'm just telling you what the little bit they show and the word that came out of Prime Mouth, which co-signs what I'm talking about. It's just like they just bump into each other, like boom, boom, boom. I'm like,
I got something to tell you too, Rob.
Let me tell you what the problem is. This is the problem I got with it. It ain't tight. It ain't snappy. Boom, 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 boom. I know, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
It has no snap to it, bro. That's the problem I got with it. It has zero snap. I'm like,
no serious pop to it.
Yeah, they don't move. It's not a unit, bro.
It's like they going through the motions.
Yeah, kind of like them going through the motion. It does.
I want to tell you,
preaching, these coaches, all this preaching, I get it, right? That's a CU thing. They trying to motivate. I'm like, bro, all that preaching should be. You shouldn't have to motivate them like that every day.
You know what? The dude that worked for the media, I done heard a couple of people in Colorado talking about it's time to stop that. It's been too long. All that keep talking, and then everybody got their feeling about the strength coach, the woman coming up talking. But
see that, don't do that, Cliff.
I'm not
hating, Cliff.
No, what I said was I don't have a problem with it. I'm saying what other people have referred to, but I'm just talking about in general. They saying that the what you were talking about, the speeches constantly, like the motivation every day.
I think they're doing it for the camera though. I gotta be for the camera, bro. I'm like, bro, if you gotta preach that much to your team to get them motivated just to go block somebody.
Listen, I've watched, and I know it's a different level. I've watched Notre Dame practices. I've watched USC practices. I've even watched some of BYU's. I've watched Texas Tech. They don't do that. Every day is not that. It's let's go to work and that's it. And you have people out there, they popping pads, they working on fundamentals, staying low, and it's real hitting and it's real mono against mono. It's not just going through the motions.
No, I got you on that. I'm just saying, look, I don't know. Okay, again, let me repeat. Hey guys, I don't know what they're showing. They could have stuff pristine out there that's doing it. They may be just putting it out there for the opponents to see and say, yeah, don't worry about them. Look at what they look like. So it could be a strategy. I could be dead dog wrong. I don't know. I'm just telling you the stuff I see on what they put on that thing. I'm like, oh Lord.
But yeah, Rob, before you go, Your brother was in a dog fight the other night.
Who's that?
Me.
With who?
I was on Coach Hayes' show with a whole bunch of hurricanes, bro.
Oh Lord. Okay, what they say?
They talking mess. Then somebody bring up the Cleveland Gary fumble that happened in '88. Y'all stole the championship from us then, and everybody. And like I told them, I said, okay, I get y'all point. Everybody want Notre Dame to join the conference. I hear you. You know what I'm saying?
Let me help you out with your Notre Dame deal. I mean, with your Miami deal. Hey, I'm sure Coach A is still alive. You listening, Coach? I'm going my inner Paul Feinbaum. Miami fan, Indiana fans, y'all need to be quiet, bro. I just appreciated the fact that you got there, bro. Y'all talking like y'all deserve. Oh my God, y'all act like y'all been there for. Oh my God, it just.
Yeah, dog. I was in for it for my life. It was like 5-on-1. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, man.
Look here, bro. Look here, bro. Hey, listen, man. Listen, man. That's why you can't give success to anybody, bro. You let them get success one time, then next thing they think they you.
Man.
I don't even know why you arguing. I mean, and again, I got my issues with Notre Dame, but if I'm a Notre Dame fan, I'm like, bro, if I'm a Notre Dame fan, talking to a Miami fan, it's like, bro, you ain't me. That's like, why am I talking to you? That's like, you ain't me. Like, you are not me.
Man,
we ain't the same. I said we in two totally different levels.
I swear.
I'd be like, we do this yearly, bro. Y'all just showed up,
man,
to the party. But hey, y'all make the playoffs 3 more times, then come holler at me. If I was a Notre Dame fan, but I'm not a Notre Dame fan, so I wouldn't say that.
Man,
like, bro,
I just told them, hey, don't be mad with.
They gave Miami a few food stamps, and now they think they can buy some filet mignon. That's
right. I told him. I said, don't hate the player, hate the game, dog. Don't get Notre Dame. Hey,
don't worry, they'll be trying to fire their head coach by middle of the season, bro. So it'll be what it is.
Crystal ball.
Yeah, they'll be ready to fire him by the middle.
For sure. Yeah,
that's what they do.
For sure, bro. I'm getting ready to watch the second half of this game.
Yeah, I gotta get
all
to
right,
it.
Bro.
All right, fellas, I appreciate y'all. Peace.